Although the UK have been in the EU since 1973 and any country of the EU, even USA and China, wanted to leave their organization, the UK will risk its future and economical stability and leave the EU. Now we are going to tell you the disadvantages about the Brexit. Irreversible and irresponsible action. Leaving the EU would have very negative effects on the future of UK. Since the creation of the EU, Europe has developed itself through a period of peace and stability. So leaving the EU would mean leaving all I have said. Economic impact. Leaving the EU would bring about terrible effects on its economy. Taking part in the organism has helped the UK to raise its wealth and reach compromises with most of the rest of the countries in the EU. The UK has more than 3 million employments, which depends on the EU's trade. And the 44% of the exportations from the UK go to this organism. This brings about many problems, such as taking a cut of £40 million, the loss of 1 million employments, the departure of enterprises that would have to pay taxes, the loss of relations with countries of the EU, and the decrease of the pound's value. All this would be summed up in a big crisis.
It's a geopolitically important fact. Leaving the European Union means having an insulated United Kingdom that will lose much political and geostrategic influence. It would mean to give up an important role in the world. Besides, it runs the risk of having to follow European regulations without full rights and power expression, as it's happening in other countries. Talking about security and immigration, leaving the European Union will make the United Kingdom more insecure and weak. We live in a globalized world where all the threats, including terrorism, are global and only international corporations can handle them. Only the security services and police forces cooperation can stop these attacks. The majority of the immigrants give more than they receive, so immigrants invest profit. National division. Leaving the European Union would mean the destruction of the United Kingdom. Scotland would ask the convocatory of a new referendum about the independence of the country to stay in the European Union, and the same of Ireland and Wales to keep the free circulation. Millions of British wouldn't travel, study or work in European countries without a visa. Retired people would lose the right to use public services and the sanity.
Welcome people from Extremadura. Today our group will give you all the reasons why Brexit was a bad idea. To Brexit or not to Brexit? This is no longer a question. It's a fact, and we strongly believe it has been a very bad idea. Brexit is made of two words, British and exit. So it means the exit of Great Britain of the European
Don't read.
Union.
Yeah, we are practicing, don't read.
Now that you have very clear what Brexit means, you can be able to understand why it was a bad idea. Well, I'm going to explain you the economical reasons that Great Britain will support when it's when it will be away from Europe. The first point I would raise is this: Great Britain has a lot of banks in the London city, so these banks have a lot of have lots of titles between them and European banks. What happens then if Great Britain get away from the European Union? These titles will not be able to they will lose these titles. So that means his economy will be so affected of this change in his political. Then I want to say that was it a good idea? The European Union was made for the cooperation between lots of countries. And if Great Britain get away from Europe, this will broke this idea of the foundation of this this association. I don't know how it is.
Union.
Thanks, and that's all.
Okay, as we said previously and refuting what the opponents have said, we defend that. Based on the statistics, terrorist attacks are increasing. Even if they leave the European Union, the attacks that they are suffering will not end. The European Union is helping the United Kingdom, even if they don't have border control. In our opinion, the United Kingdom cannot reach the peace with its own internal forces. From our point of view, and against what the opponents have said, the immigrants contribute with money, and in this way they help with the country's economy. They also have jobs that British people don't want to have. We don't know if the United Kingdom will continue staying in the free market inside the European Union, as the United Kingdom doesn't take part in it. They don't have the same currency as us, which is losing value. Leaving the single European market, it will create a huge risk in the economy of both sides of the English Channel. The relation with the rest of countries in the European Union can change. It will get worse, and they also can create their own laws, different to the European. Knowing that the United Kingdom is a powerful nation, which it has got a lot of political power, we think that it will lose more than a half of its power, because it is isolated from all relation with the rest of Europeans' power, like Germany or France.
I'm politics. Why Brexit is a bad idea. First, if Great Britain left the EU, they will lose a lot of importance at a money level. Yes, it could be right that leaving the EU will open new opportunities for new allies between their governments. But actually, you're closing the door to more than 25 countries. Think about it, you're turning your back to your partners, and if you take that decision, make sure you should not regret that decision, because they won't accept you again.
Also, have you thought about EU's point of view? I mean, your irresponsible decision of leaving the EU affects them so hard, destabilizing all their plans that were made months ago. Also, leaving the European Union makes them win more liberty and opportunities that they are limited by the EU. Yeah, but that's not good. And I'm talking about European Union. I mean about Europe. Making deals with other countries that could create conflicts, and that conflicts could be extended to all other countries from Europe is a bad idea. But European Union is there to prevent that cases and to support you, to protect you. Because European Union is not a single idea. It's an idea where everything has his opinion, and it's taken in common by in the benefit of all the countries that are in the European Union. Well, summarize it, EU protects you from making a wrong decision.
I'll do the social argument. So I'll talk about the immigrants in the European Union. Okay, so I think it's a bad idea to exit the European Union for the British, because all the immigrants that can come into the country will be without a country or a house. So they are in very bad conditions in their countries, and they need some place where stay. If the British people exit the European Union, they will accept less immigrants than now. So there will be a lot of problems for us. Then you said that the security will be stronger, but I don't think that it's really clear, because when you don't have so much help that you can have with the European Union, and the terrorists will become bigger. So this is my part of I have a thing.
This is all I wanted to say.
This is all I wanted to say.
Okay, as a final conclusion, if the UK leaves the European Union, other countries will want to do the same. So it will be a very big problem. Also, the UK will lose about 950,000 jobs, the pound will lose its value, and its trade with the European Union will be the same as now. Okay, the loss of the value of the pound will make an economic crisis that it will be difficult to overcome. As we have said before, it won't be able to fight the terrorist attacks as control its border or trending with the EU as it has done until now. Okay, although the UK is a powerful nation, so if it leaves the European Union, it will be against the world, so it will be a very bad thing. Finally, at a final conclusion, with regards to Spain, Gibraltar, which is a strategic territory we have been fighting with a lot of years, could start seeing a good way Spain, as the Brexit caused them an economic blow that will start with an economic loss of the salaries, will end with a big economic crisis. So finally, in the end, it will cause a very big economic crisis that will be difficult to overcome, and all the countries will be affected. So it's not a very good thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Mar, and I'm sure that the Brexit was a very bad idea. I say it in past because it's a fact now. But it doesn't mean that it's okay, it's not correct. Did you think about the economical situation in Great Britain? When they were in the European Union, they had the change for loans with banks for the licenses of this one. Now, when Britain left from European Union, they lost the licenses, and by that way, they lost to the loans and the benefits that they had before the divorce. The economy was affected. Do you think that is not a problem? No. But what do you think about the political situation now in Great Britain? There are several problems. Or the social situation. Do you think that is not important? The terrorism is a very big problem in this world. So, if you want if they left the European Union, they had several problems for afford that terrorism, and it's a bad idea for that. So when they were in the European Union, they can afford all the possible attacks, but now not.
All our